how much you should leave when you go out to eat. Raise your hand if you work in a restaurant or if you have in the past. If so, you know what it's like to deal with rude, non-tipping customers. Today, I'm going to make it fairly clear that tipping isn't just to be nice, it's a necessity. According to the simple dollar, the average person eats out about 4 to 5 times a week. If you eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 meals in a week. So if you're eating out 5 times a week, that's 25% of your meals. So make sure that you have enough money to pay for your meals as well as to leave a tip. My main points today are going to be server wages, how much you should tip, and what you should do when you have bad service. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about today is server wages. In Florida, the minimum wage is $5.08 an hour. This leaves it up to the customers to make up a good amount of money so that they can pay their bills and pay for everything else they need in their everyday lives. According to the Motley Fool, the average American makes about $25 an hour. This means that servers need to make up $20 an hour in tips just to be average with everyone else. If a server has 4 tables in their section and they're turning them in about an hour, this means that each table needs to leave at least a $5 tip for them to make that $25. The next thing I wanted to talk about today is how much you should leave as a tip. Typically, people leave about 15% as a tip. I personally leave at least 20 to 25% just because I know how much servers depend on this extra money. If you go out to eat in a restaurant like Steak and Shake where meals are only $4, 20% isn't really going to make a difference for your server. I typically leave about 100% in this case because I know servers need just even a couple dollars to help pay their rent and all their bills and everything they need. The next thing I want to talk to you about is what to do when you have bad service in a restaurant. The first thing I want to talk about is what to do when your server is just having a bad day. If it takes a little bit too long to get a refill or to get your check, typically leave just about 15% because they're trying to catch a break and it's just a bad day for them and they're not purposely trying to give you a bad experience at the restaurant. The next type of bad service that you could come across is just a completely rude server. And in this case, you shouldn't leave a tip at all. You should actually ask to talk to a manager and let them know that the server is being rude and that they shouldn't be a server in the first place. The next instance is if your food takes a little bit too long to come out of the kitchen. This blame shouldn't be put on your server, but instead on the kitchen staff. Servers put your order in almost always right after you order just to make sure that they don't forget and that you do get your food. However, if the kitchen is a little backed up and it takes a little bit longer than necessary for your food to come out, don't blame the server and completely get rid of their tip. Instead, ask to talk to a manager and ask them to comp your part of your meal. Usually they won't ever say no, especially in the restaurant I work in. I know we'll always comp meals for long time for a meal coming out of the kitchen. In summary, today I talked to you about a little bit about server wages and how it's $5.08 an hour in Florida. I also talked to you about how much you should leave as a tip, even if it is an inexpensive meal. And the last thing I talked to you about was what to do when you have bad service. And usually you can evaluate the situation to know if and when you should leave a tip and how much you should leave. So today I hope that you have learned that tipping isn't just to be nice, it's a necessity and that servers depend on it. And hopefully you'll tip more now, and once you do, your server will appreciate it, I know, and also you'll feel really good about yourself because you're helping someone.